Welcome everyone as we learn the Mishna Yomis for Monday evening of Parshas Vayera, coming to the conclusion of the second parak of Masechtas Yevamos with Mishna Tes and Yud, as we are dedicated Le'ilui Nishmas Yaakov Moshe ben Zev, L'Refuah Shalem for Eliyahu Moshe ben Chayesar, for the schus of Avraham ben Yom Beinish ben Malki Yudas and family, by Yod Klugman and family, and L'Refuah Shalem for Victor Aye ben Rivka and Meir ben Chayesar, and for Hayeled ben Chava, and for the Yidden Eretz Yisrael, that they should be safe, they should be victorious, the hostages should be recovered. So, Hamevi get Medina Siyam. If, let's say, we learned to Masechtas Gittin, that if you bring a get from overseas, you need to say, the shliach, the agent, needs to say, b'fanei nichta, b'fanei nechtam. In front of me it was signed, in front of me it was sealed. This was necessary because in the diaspora, they didn't know about the din of lishma. So he has to testify to that the get was written properly lishma. Since this agent, Chatzkel, is needed for the veracity of the get, without him, the get is no good. Therefore, he cannot then, after he delivers it, marry the woman, because then it would lead to questions. Maybe he only gave the testimony because he wanted to marry her. So I maybe get him Yam, and he says the formula before me it was written and before me it was signed. Lo Yisa es Ishtay. He, after the get is delivered, he can't marry this woman. Similarly, if Chatzkel testified, Mace, that her husband died, her active, I killed him, her agnu, we killed him, Lo Yisa es Ishtay. He then cannot turn around and marry the wife, because it's on his testimony that she's allowed to marry, that she's a free woman, and therefore if we would allow him to marry her, it would raise the question that maybe he's only giving the testimony because he wants to marry her. Rabbi Yehuda her active, if he said I killed him, then Lo Tinasa Ishtay, she can't marry anybody. Because if he said I killed him, then he's condemning himself to be a rasha, a killer, and a rasha is not possible for testimony. Haragnu, but if he said we killed him, Tinasa Ishtay, she can get married to somebody else, because as the Gemara says, what he meant, we kill him, he meant I was in the group that killed him, they killed him, and I saw it. Now, the Tanakama that says that even if he said I killed him, she could remarry, that's because we do not believe that he killed him, because a person cannot make himself, he cannot incriminate himself. However, at the same time, we do believe him to the extent that the husband is dead, because we say palginon dibura, we could take part of the words. Now, another case, as we learn the last Mishnah in the second parak of Yevamos, every Mishnah in Yevamos is a wonderful accomplishment. If, let's say, Sarah, there was a vow that that she said that the pleasure of Tashmish should be forbidden to me. So they went to a Chacham hoping that the Chacham should be able to be matir the neder, release the neder, so that they could remain married. He ruled that the vow cannot be released, and therefore they had to be divorced. He can't marry her, because again, if he married her, it would look suspect that the only reason why he said that the vow can't be removed is because he wanted to marry her. However, Mayana, if she was a ketana, married by her brother or her mother, and since she's under the age of 12 years and 1 day, she could walk away from the marriage with a mere refusal, which has to be done in front of 3 people. So if she issued a refusal and Chatzkel was one of the 3-man bezdin, or a chalitza on her was done in front of him as one of the members of the 3-man bezdin, and now he wants to marry her, that he could do. You say, no, why? Because he's just part of a bezdin, and we're not going to be chayshid that the whole bezdin was corrupt in order that he should be able to marry her. In all these cases, let's say Chatzkel said that the husband died, or Chatzkel was the one that said b'fanei nichtam b'fanei nechtam, or Chatzkel was the chacham that couldn't release the vow. If Chatzkel had a wife, just subsequently the wife died, then after that time period he could then marry the woman. Because we don't say that he had his eye on her for a later period. Similarly, if the woman, when they said that the husband died, she married somebody else, or the vow couldn't be removed and she married someone else, or and she married someone else, and then she got divorced or widowed from that other person, then she could go back to the one that said b'fanei nechtam, she can marry the chacham who was not able to remove the vow. Furthermore, the kulan mutarais livneyan oila acheyan. Even though if Chatzkel said that the husband died, he can't marry her. Chatzkel said b'fanei nechtam, he can't marry her. Chatzkel could not remove the vow, he can't marry her, but she could marry his son or his brother, because he's not going to sin for his son or his brother. Whoa. Okay, another two Mishnayos in the book, in Masechtas Yevamos. Again, check out YouTube, where I started recording my series on Orchos Chaim LaRosh. There's already 4 shiurim over there on Orchos Chaim LaRosh. We know the Rosh taught us how to live. It's a fascinating sefer. You could follow me on YouTube now. Also, there are already 2 shiurim on Vayera, one from 2013 in Rabbi Landau Shul. If you check out YouTube, make sure to subscribe and to like. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.